Hello and welcome to another cigar review brought to you by An American Front Porch. I'm Nathan, going to light one up again this evening to hopefully give you guys some good information. Tonight we are going to have a rare opportunity to review the Camacho Limited Harvest. It is, according to all research that I've seen, a pretty rare cigar. Happened to see a box at one of my local tobacconists and decided to just picked one up and then found out how rare they are. Apparently these are from they're a Honduran cigar, apparently from the, I want to pronounce this right, Jamastran Valley in Honduras, something of that nature. Long story short, there's only about 50,000 of these made. So, that's all I really know. I'm not sure about binder and filler, although I would think this is a Honduran Puro, although if this is not correct, then I wasn't sure in the first place. I do know it's a Honduran wrapper, and I absolutely love Honduran cigars, so I'm looking forward to trying this out. Once again, the Camacho Limited Harvest. Just looking at the cigar, if you can see this at all, the wrapper is kind of a medium brown, slightly veiny, not too much. The foot doesn't show any kind of anomalies on the end there, and I've already guillotine cut the cap about a quarter of the way off the cap. So looking at it, it's a very traditional looking Robusto. This is a 5x50, and I'm really looking forward to getting started with this. So here in just a moment we'll go ahead and light up. So let's go ahead and offer up a little flame to the gods here and see what we have in store from the Camacho Limited Harvest. The draw is super on this cigar, effortless indeed. Just off the first couple of puffs, the flavor is pretty strong. I'm getting some really nice notes. Let's wait a moment and see how they're coming together. Some nice dark wood. This is a very leathery cigar. One that, it's a different flavor. There's not a lot of sweetness here, but it's a different flavor from, say, your other super premium Camachos. Very smooth though. A load of smoke coming off of this cigar, and here in a moment, as I get through the first third, we'll come back and give you some of my first impressions. I wanted to note, as I've gotten started with this Camacho, it is a spicy cigar. The spice has really kind of come out. It's nice and earthy, but there's some real spice to it. Not overpowering, but indeed it is a spicy cigar. And I typically don't go for really spicy smokes, but there's some nice spice here. It's sitting on the back of the palate, but it's very enjoyable. Still very smooth, and the draw is nice. Burning very evenly. Of course, we're spot on early on in this cigar, but initial flavor notes, some dark wood with earth and spice. It's a really nice, typical Honduran cigar. So we'll go on in and see how things work out. We're now pretty much through the first third of the Camacho Limited Reserve, and let me tell you, this is a very nice cigar so far. The body that I was thinking it was going to be kind of overpowering. When I first lit it up, it hit me with earth and spice, but it's smoothed out a good bit, and you still get the flavor. This is a full flavored cigar, but at the same time you're getting some really nice leathery notes. Once again, that dark wood is still there, almost oaky, and still that little typical Honduran spice in the back. It's not too strong. It's not too spicy, but just enough to keep it interesting. The burn is very even. The ash is very nice, and there's a ton of smoke coming out of this cigar. So I'm very pleased so far. I'm looking forward to the remainder of the cigars we go through. Once again, we're smoking the Camacho Limited Harvest, supposedly one of only about 50,000 that Camacho made from the this certain portion of Honduras, and look forward to continuing on here, and we'll be back in a moment once we're into the middle third. It's such a nice night here. It's Memorial Day weekend, and the sky is clear. There's kids playing in the neighborhood, and I wanted to just for a quick moment, without going into a long spiel, just kind of remind all of you as you're celebrating with your families for whatever holidays, whenever you're watching this, think about Memorial Day and all that it should mean to you. I'm reminded of my wife's grandfather, who didn't die in military service. He died only a couple of years ago. And Ralph was a good man. Ralph carried a Nazi bullet and part of a Nazi mortar in his leg for over 60 years. He was married to one lady for over 60 years in a little A-frame house that he built up in the Ozark Mountains. He lived a quiet, peaceful life after winning 2 Purple Hearts and a Bronze Star in World War II. And we always look back to World War II as some standard by which all other wars are measured. And granted, it's it was a time when there were many guys that they carried themselves with much valor and honor. But no matter what engagement our boys have ever been involved in, whether it was the World War I, World War II, wars before that, the Revolutionary War, 1812, Vietnam, the Gulf War, the Afghan War, and the Iraq War that we're in now, whatever war they're in, when we have guys go down, thank God for them. Just thank God for them. Because without those guys, I wouldn't be able to sit here, and you wouldn't be able to sit here and enjoy anything on your back porch, on your front porch. So just take a minute to relax and thank God for the opportunities that these guys give you, even when you can sit back and so vehemently in some cases disagree with what they're made to do. Agree with me that they're worth your time to thank. So I'll continue on. Sorry, that's my spiel for Memorial Day, but I'll continue on enjoying this Camacho. The Camacho Limited Harvest. It's an excellent cigar so far, folks. We will be back in a few. We've started into the final third, or actually I should say we're about to end the second third of the Camacho Limited Harvest here. The flavor's really nice. It's gone full, it's gone full body, definitely. I'm getting real hints of coffee and spice, with still somewhat that woody character, but nonetheless smooth. Very nice. It's a well put together cigar. The only problem is, as it's gotten down there, it started to unravel. The wrapper is starting to peel on me, and that's really unfortunate. The flavor is really good, so once again, you have to weigh how much would this bother me. I really do think this is an anomaly. I couldn't think that this is, as they all are. Hopefully not. I'm in this cigar. I only got one of them, but hopefully, I think this was just a small flaw in the wrapper, maybe during shipment or somebody handling it at the cigar shop or something like that before I bought it. But the like I said, the wrapper, and you can't see here because for now I've put it down, but the wrapper is starting to unravel just a little bit. But the flavor's really nice. Still very smooth and a ton of smoke coming out of the cigar, but the two dominant flavors that you're getting that I'm getting at least, is coffee, a dark, rich, roast coffee, and that Honduran spice that we all like on a really nice Honduran cigar. So far, it's really good, and I will continue on smoking, and probably my next update will be my final impressions about the cigars. So I'm out here on my back deck, still enjoying the Camacho Limited Harvest. The band has long gone. I'm going to be smoking this down to the nub. The flavor is so good. Now you can see the wrapper problem that I had, it's not going away. Unfortunately, this one's decided to unravel just a little bit on me, and I'm going to chalk this up to some user error, because it's just otherwise a really fabulous cigar. The flavors are coming together. It's extremely well balanced. You've got a nice balance of that spice on the finish. I'd say it's kind of a long finish on this smoke, but you've got a really nice spice on the finish. You've got dark coffee, some really nice leather notes, but nothing really jumps over the other. If anything, it is a little heavy on spice towards the end, but nothing that's overpowering. So the balance on this cigar, I would categorize it as being very good. The cigar itself, once again, the smoke is just really aromatic and nice. It's smooth and coming together well. Reminds me a lot of some of the early CAO Brazilias. To me, it seems like in the latter days, the Brazilias went heavy on spice, like really heavy on spice. But it reminds me of what the Brazilias were when they first came out. Reminds me a little bit of the Hoyo de Monterey 1066s, which I really enjoy. Not necessarily the Dark Knight, because the Dark Knight has that more chocolatey nature to it, but the regular 1066s. Back when they just had that really nice slight pepper touch on it, just enough to keep things interesting. But this Camacho is really, really nice, and it's unlike their other smokes, the triple Maduros and things that are just going to knock you back and forth. This cigar is something that I would really recommend to some folks. I would recommend it to, I would recommend it to anybody to try. It's going to be one that the newbie may get a little more pepper than they were expecting. So if you're looking for that, then I would highly recommend it. And at the price point, I paid $4.19 for this cigar. So the price point's awesome. These are buy the boxable. Now, once again, there's only, according to the sites that I have seen, there's only 50,000 of them in circulation. So if you find a box and you like one of them, buy them now. But they're very well worth the $4.19 that I paid, and hopefully you didn't pay too much for yours either if you've got them. But got a little bit of tobacco there on that one. But all in all, I would say the Camacho Limited Harvest Robusto, the 5x50 Robusto, is worth every penny, and you need to try one. I've been really, really happy with this smoke, and I will be continuing on till it burns my fingers. So that is my review of the Camacho Limited Harvest Robusto. Hope it's been of some help to you. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. As always, this review is brought to you by AnAmericanFrontPorch.com. I'm Nathan, wishing you all a very happy day or evening wherever you are, and happy Memorial Day. Go thank a family of a lost soldier when you can. You all have a great one. We'll talk to you soon.